Hi, this is Yunqing from YQ Traveling, and today we have another vlog. Today's vlog will be about the how to leave your job to travel around the world and back. It will be about careers, and I chose this location because there we have got a sign here. It says, "Danger, keep out." A lot of people would tell you that don't quit your job to travel because what's gonna happen. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. The thing is, if you are quitting your job to travel, I would advise you to have a goal in mind while you do it, because when you're traveling, it's not just I'm going to travel and have fun all the time, because that's not going to work out. It's just a long vacation. What I would recommend is that before you go on a trip, have a goal in mind, or have something that you can explain to employers in the future. For example, for me, it was I want to write a book, and I'm going to keep a blog to record everything, so I sort of am reminded by it. And if you have another job, if you work in another industry, what you could do is that you could just keep yourself knowledgeable about what's happening in your industry. Don't just cut yourself away. Don't just go to an island and stay there for like a whole year, and when you come back it's like I learned how to open coconuts with my bare hands. No, that's not going to work out. So have a goal in mind and then read up. And if, for example, in the money blog post, I talked about freelancing, you could freelance. You could freelance and then use your brain power and solve people's problems. And these will go into a resume. So you could be like, while I was traveling, I was also juggling like a few projects on the side. And you could volunteer. I don't really recommend volunteerism because it's not actually that good for the community. You think that you're doing good, but actually sometimes it just hurts the community more. So I didn't do that. You should read up on it. Read up on whether you really want to volunteer or not. Or you could, while you're traveling, you could pick up a language, and that language might, lead you to a new job. There's so many things involved in traveling that can be useful in a job. For example, you can say that you have good time management skills, you've got good communication skills, you've got good project management, so you have managed your whole trip from top to bottom. And during your job search, it won't be terribly easy, because there are people who would actually ask, oh really, you took time out to travel? Wow, that's so privileged, you're so rich. And you could just tell them, I didn't. One recruiter actually told me that, but I didn't have like the faith in myself to tell her that no, it's not because I'm rich, it's because I planned everything carefully. So that, yeah, so just keep calm. Have an answer. If someone asks you something like that, you could tell her, no, actually I started planning from 2 years ago, and then eventually led me to like me achieving my dream. What have you done recently? Ouch, burn. So I wouldn't recommend the burn part. It's just that have an answer in mind when people ask you, and tell funny, curious stories. Make if you're in job interview, make them feel good. Tell them funny stories, things like that, and tell them the skills you've learned. Like I said, communication, language, time management. There are so many things, and then like you are very comfortable being in an unfamiliar environment. Things like that. They're very useful and can be applied to in the job force now. So it's not. My conclusion is that when you're traveling, do not just go and have fun. Do not do that. Have a career, something related to career in mind while you do it. It sounds difficult to do it, but just have something and just do tiny bits of it. For example, me, I wanted to keep a blog, and I did. And I didn't actually think that, while I was doing it, it didn't feel that, this could lead to a career change or some sort. But eventually it did, because I'm hired as a blogger in my current company. And then I used to be a journalist. The skills are kind of the same, but you learn a lot more when you kind of do your own stuff. Yeah. So that's my answer. And people are walking around, so it's kind of embarrassing. So that's the answer for how to explain your gap in your career while you're traveling. And then my conclusion is that have a goal in mind, have a career goal in mind before you go traveling. And while you're traveling, just keep that in mind and keep doing it. And then so when you come back, you have results to show people. You're not just showing them like, oh, I went vacationing on a beach and things like that. You show them, peeps. So if you need help in your travel planning or anything, just shoot me an email, yqtraveling@gmail.com, or send in more questions, because we are approaching the end of the early bird, and if I have no more questions, I might just stop these vlogs. But I love doing these vlogs. I love being in weird locations like this, just talking to you guys. So send me questions. I would actually say get the book, but if you don't feel like you need it now, just send me some questions and I'll help you out. Yeah? Okay, great. So see you in my next video, which is tomorrow. Yeah. Any question, just send them over and I'll be here helping you with your stuff. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.